In his latest series on ancestry, Henry Louis Gates Jr. asks the question, where do you come from?
Mexico,
Russia, China,
England,
Jamaica,
Ireland,
Turtle Mountain,
Italy,
Bermuda,
Japan,
the original melting pot.
Guests learn about the arrival of their families in America.
Lorenzo Longoria, unmarried, goes to New Spain for the appointment of magistrate of Mexico on the 16th of June, 1603.
17 years before the Mayflower. You could write a family history.
This is a movie. These people are crazy.
5 years after you got here, your great-grandfather became a naturalized citizen of the United States.
That's great. Whereupon the said Michael Guerin Jr. took and subscribed the following oath. I, Michael Guerin Jr., do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Within 5 years.
That's one of the greatest documents I've ever seen. That is fantastic.
And just days after the Declaration of Independence in 1776, John became a delegate to the Pennsylvania Constitutional Convention.
Wow.
This is the Constitution of Philadelphia. This is...
Oh my God! That's absolutely amazing.
That's John's signature.
Wow.
He's one of the founding fathers.
Yeah.
The search for roots moves beyond America.
Ma Guan was born in the Ming Dynasty in the year 1435. There you are. There he is.
It's amazing. I feel I'm in a Dickens novel. Here are the papers.
Your family lived in one place for 400 years. It's extraordinary.
It is extraordinary. Imagine how great it must have been.
Yeah. We were able to go from you, born in 1960, and establish a continuous paper trail, grandfathers, grandmothers, Mario, back to your 9th great-grandfather.
And I mean, look at that name at the top of the hill. Baldassaro Merlino.
Baldassaro Merlino.
That's almost royalty, doesn't it sound that way?
Baldassaro Merlino was born in the year 1625.
Wild. That's impressive.
And guess where they lived? They lived in Durante Pelina.
And that's my question. After so long there, why leave?
Why leave?
Exactly.
There are surprising connections.
Elizabeth, could you read the name at the top?
John Lackland, King of England?
King John I, Elizabeth, is your 24th great-grandfather.
The King of England?
That is your blood ancestor.
Wow.
Did you know that your roots connect you to one of the most famous brains of all time?
No.
In the bottom red box, my friend.
Oh my God. This is really far out. I'll tell you why. Because this is really amazing. You know how you sort of enhance everything a little bit for your pals?
Yeah.
My mother used to say that she or somebody in the family was a cousin of Albert Einstein's. But I thought she made it up. And I have one friend, Alice Arlen, who is always addressing me, and she would say something like, well, that's what you would expect from Einstein's cousin. And I always felt guilty and ashamed that I had passed on my mother's little lie. Is this true?
It is absolutely the truth.
That's really astounding to find out that the thing you'd been bragging on and thinking you were a liar is true. I have to call Alice Arlen immediately.
You're not merely descended from a king. You are descended from a saint, a real live saint.
I really am having, I feel like I could fall over.
Moments of heroism are discovered.
There he is, front row.
That's right.
He looks just like my uncle.
Third from the right in the first row. And
The only Asian.
the only
Japanese.
the only Japanese American in his unit. Can you imagine what that must have been like? You're fighting Japan. You have all these relatives in the relocation centers.
Yeah.
And there he is fighting, and he's the only one. Finally, in October 1944, your grandfather George went to Europe with the 100th. Can you start with this headline and then read what we've highlighted?
Nisei is promoted.
Now, this, by the way, is what an officer said about your grandfather when he received his promotion.
He is unquestionably the company's best soldier.
He is unquestionably the company's best soldier. In the New York Times,
Wow.
Nisei is promoted. Member of 100th Division, wins lieutenancy in field.
That's amazing. I knew he was a special man. So has my mom seen any of this? No.
Science unravels the mysteries hidden within our DNA.
It's all taking place on the mitochondrial DNA level, the bacterial level.
Well, the ability to actually track people back to, when you say a unique DNA, to one father or one mother who is in common amongst our super ancestry is something that is so fascinating, and that is spectacular.
Together, these stories explain who they are as individuals.
I always think that the more ways you can define yourself, the better off you are.
I find it fascinating to know where people are from, why they speak their language, what was their history. And I think it's important to know where you've been to know where you're going.
And who we are as a country.
And so you look back at your ancestors and you see their part in American history, or at least see how their small part in American history changes what it means to be an American.
Faces of America, coming in 2010, only on PBS.